so. No, 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 I don't think so. No, 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 it's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Hi guys, yes, today in this video I'm going to explain to you all the things, all the items you need to set up a poultry farm like this one. Yes, once again I'm here to explain to you the items we need to set up a local poultry farm like this. This is Aline speaking, and to you all my returning subscribers, please, I salute you. Thank you so much. Thank you for choosing this channel. Yes, always don't forget to click on that bell so that you are notified when I post a video like this. I'm sure guys you'll be able to learn something and able to improve and also to start. Why not? So let's go. Pick your pen, pick your pencil, and let's start. So I'm here for you guys who have been there wondering and also have a fear to start such a business. My dear, this is enjoyable. This is a profitable business. Leave alone the message you had before that local breed they don't grow. My dear, just come watch this video to the end. By the time you finish this video, you'll be able to set up and start. Yes. Item number one, before you start to think about setting up a poultry farm, my dear, you have to be with knowledge. At least try to find out the best teacher. Try to find out the person who is your inspirer, who is your motivator. Try to go for lessons, and you enter this business when you have got knowledge on what you are going to start. It's the best thing. Even if it takes you money to pay for those classes, please first go and have lessons about this business. You'll never regret. So before you set up this business, my dear, think about allocation. Yes, where is your location? By this I mean you should have you have to set your farm on your own land. My dear, never rent a land to set up a poultry farm or any type of farm or for commercial use, because once the owner of the land sees that you are trying to get enough profit, my dear, it's going to just tell you that I need that land and you'll be in losses. So again, you'll say farming is not a good deal. So first and foremost, before you start this poultry business, choose the right breed from a right person or from a right farmer. Make sure at least the farmer where you're going to get your breeds, he vaccinates them. Make sure that he doesn't practice inbreeding, because for these local chicks, since they are going to give you chicks and you are going to have fertilized eggs, you don't need chickens or chicks, hens who has been practiced to make inbreeding, because you are not going to have good breeds and your animals will be weak and even they can die at any given time. So please choose the right farmer where you're going to get your brooded or your first day one chicks. So my dear, note that. So another thing, before you think about trying to start this business, make sure at least you have insulated or you have put lights in your housing. That it means that you have to make a housing where you are going to put enough light for these chicks, since they are going to be a day one chicks where they need light for almost 1 month and above, or 2 months. So remember, when they are day one chicks, they need light to see and also to be able to eat in time. Remember, they eat in 24 hours, they eat almost 20 hours. So please try to put enough lights for these chicks. So if you want more about this explanation or any point you want to understand more, please you can comment down, and I will be able to make elaboration about that poem. Yes, another thing we need brooder papers and beddings. So for the beddings, someone is wondering what are beddings. So by beddings, I mean we prepare the ground for our chicks or for our one-day-old chicks with coffee husks. You can use rice husk. Some of you or some farmer, they use wood husks, but my dear, the best bedding for your chicks is coffee husk, because they are a bit protective, and the chicks will not be able to swallow them and get problems. On top of that, when we prepare the ground for your chicks before you bring them in on the first day, you have to put on top brooder papers. So this brooder paper, they protect the chicks from eating the coffee husks or the rice husks or any type of bedding you use. So think about that. So another thing we need, prepare pots. You have to buy pots for these chicks. It might be pots, or you can use any source of heat you are able to provide for these chickens. So it can be gas heaters, can be electric heaters, but as long as you can provide heat, because remember, these are babies of 1 day, as like any normal other baby you have just given birth. It needs to have enough warmth. So also these chicks, they need enough warmth in the brooder. That's why when we construct the housing for the chicks, we remove a space for the brooder area where we make it protected, and we cover up so that at least we keep the heat inside the brooder area. Okay, so another thing we need to prepare feeders. You need to buy feeders. So someone asked, what are feeders? Feeders, these are the boxes or plates. I can call them plates for you to understand, where we put our food for the chicks. So in this point, I'll be dividing it into two main points. So for my day one or the chicks, I prepare or I buy trays, the egg trays. So they are good to use as feeders when the chicks are day 1 to day 7. So here they will be able to pick up their pellets and eat in a comfortable zone. So, and after that, after 1 week, here we are going to be feeding our chicks using feeders. So here, these are like the boxes as you see in the video, that swinging box. Those are the boxes we call feeders, where we put our food. But for people who are well off and people who can make advanced setup, you can provide any mean of feeders as long as they are able to be they are able to feed or able to feed our chicks. So another thing, you need to buy drinkers. So you need to buy drinkers for these chicks. Drinkers are this is where we put water for the chicks. So remember, feeders and drinkers, they have stages. So when you are buying, be ready and also get prepared. Buy at least 2 stages or 3 stages. But for me, I always advise you buy the 3 stages, because by the time at least the 3 stages are done, or they have grown ahead of that stage 3, you'll be having some profits to buy another type of drinkers. For example, you see the white can here. Yes, so they work very good, because remember, when the cocks grow up, so from around 7 and above months, my dear, the cocks will kick away the drinkers. So we need a strong and a big drum like this, the white one, so that at least it can keep water for these birds, and they are always drinking a lot. And also for you to not get tired, at least we provide, or for me, I use this method of using the jerry cans. Yes, hopefully you are learning and you are noting. Another thing, we need to prepare, or we need to buy charcoal. How are you going to provide heat? So if you are this kind of person who is going to use pots or local heaters, you need charcoal. So be ready and buy enough charcoal, put in stock, so that you are not out of heat when we need. Mostly when you try to brood, or when you start your brooder, when it's a rain season, expect more expense on charcoal. Yes, another thing, we need the pots. So after buying this charcoal, where are you going to put the fire? So if you're this kind of person like me who use a simple method, so go for pots. Remember, we are just starting. We don't want to spend all the money we have in buying or in making expensive housing for the chicken. Please start simple so that you gain enough profits. Remember, we need this money more on feeding, okay, and vaccines. So always try to use a simple method so that you can gain enough profit. Another thing, we need a thermometer. So this might not be a must, but for me, I usually advise my farmer to buy a thermometer, because the thermometer will help us to detect how much heat we need or we have in the brooder room. Though we need enough heat, but also if the heat is too much, it will affect our chicks. So you'll find out, if the heat is too much, the chicks will run away and hide in corners where it may hinder death, and also it will make these chicks not to eat their food. So you will end up having a slow growth, because they are not eating food and they are not drinking. And remember, we are focusing to make these baby chicks to eat 24/7 so that they gain weight and they grow faster. So we need a thermometer to keep our heat enough for the chicks. Another thing we need to think about buying is the water tank. You need a tank where you're going to store, or to where you're going to keep water. Remember, chickens of poultry farming needs a lot of water. Percentage of this farm is standing on water. So at least make sure you have a big and a good water storage. Another thing you need is you need to buy enough, or to buy vaccines in time. So at least you need a fridge where you're going to keep, to have a good stock for the vaccine. Remember, we are vaccinating in every month. We have to vaccinate. Another thing we have to consider, you need to have a backup light. So by this I mean, it might be a simple backup. For example, there is chargeable lights, there is solar lights. So you need to have a backup. These chicks are very fragile, and they are babies who have never seen like darkness. So if you are going to brood a day one chick, my dear, have a backup ready. And when you want to know about how we use this backup light. If you don't know, please you can comment down. I'll be able to explain more about these backup lights, why we need them, and why it is very important to install or to charge if you are using chargeable lights in time. Remember, when these chicken they get shock or they get something which can put their pressure at high levels, they can cause death. So always keep knowing that before you start up this business, get ready, buy all the necessary equipments we need. Yes, another thing we need is money. Money. My dear, we need money and lots of money. I will not scare you that you need millions and millions, no. But remember, though this business doesn't require you much, but again you have to be with side pocket money so that at least you can tackle for any requirements on your farm. So please always try to make sure before you start this business, at least you don't miss out any of these points we have talked about. You'll be a successful farmer and you never regret joining this type of farming. My dear, there is money, there is cash. You will never cry again for anyone. Join this type of farming. You'll thank me later. Remember, our motto says, growing dreams, harvesting success. So thank you so much for joining me on this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Please click on that bell. Make sure at least you are the first person to get this good news about farming. You will never regret. And also share to your loved one, share to your mom, share to anyone. This information is very useful to everyone. Thank you so much. Also, don't forget to watch my recent video explaining you more about farming. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.